Hi guys, it's Dr. Pam, academic coaching for world changers, and this is a short that was asked for. So, if you have something that you want me to do in one of my short videos, be sure that you drop a comment in the comment line. Also, be sure you hit subscribe below and you'll be notified when we release these shorts. So, this is Kohlberg, and Kohlberg is our moral development guy. Kohlberg believed that morality was something that you had to grow into. He actually started with Piaget, and he and Piaget were friends. Not on the test. Piaget also has a moral development test. That we don't usually see that though, so we're going to stick with Kohlberg's. So remember, Kohlberg has 3 levels, but 6 steps. Okay. Most often you're just going to see level 1, 2, or 3. But if you do see them broken up into steps, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 will always go together. Okay. So before I start into Kohlberg, let me give you a little history of kind of how we got here. So Kohlberg, when he was writing this theory, he came up with this theory. He used the Heinz. Heinz was the story that he used. Okay, so I'm not sure if you remember, but Heinz was his wife was sick, and he needed to get medicine for his wife, and the pharmacist would sell it, but it was very expensive. He asked the pharmacist if he would sell it for cheaper, and the pharmacist did not, and then he went back and stole it. So the questions of morality are based on, was Heinz wrong? Was he right? Questions based on that. So, when being asked what Heinz would do, children at the level of moral development may answer, this is my pre-operational, I'm sorry, pre-conventional, right? This is before morality has developed. At this point, they're only interested in their own benefits. What's good for me? They want to avoid punishment and quickly learn that they can secure their benefits by pleasing others. That's why little kids will stay on I came home on the green star, mom. I stayed on the green star, right? Because at the weekend, I get to pick out the toy chest. It's good for me. Okay. So it's sometimes called naive hedonism as well. So the conventional level, he said that's where most people would stop. Okay, so according to Goldberg, the theory of moral development, the conventional level associated with conformity and a law and order. We're just going to stay there. If we go back to the Heinz story, at this age, students or kids would say he should steal the drug because he's a good husband, and good husbands would do anything to save their wife. He shouldn't steal the drug because he's not a criminal. He should steal the drug because it's illegal to steal. He shouldn't because it's illegal, or he should steal the drug to save his wife. And after that, he should go to prison for the time. So, again, going back to looking at this chart, okay, so again, my kids that are 6 and younger, and remember the ages may not match, and you may see different theories that say it's an under 8, but in general, reading the question to understand what they're asking me. It's a reading test always. So, my little kids, naive hedonism. About me, it's all about me. I'll do this because it's good for me. So, level 2, that's my conventional level. And what he said in that stage, again, like I was saying, most people will stay there. We're going to conform to avoid the censorship by authorities. We want to be a good girl, right? We want, or bad girl, we want people to see us as good people. So, an example of this one is, so you're going to stop at the stop sign because it's the law, right? You're going to go the speed limit because it's the law. Those are the rules, and we don't want to break the rules of society. We want people to see us as just this kind, great, wonderful person, right? If the question says that you stop at the stop sign or you go the speed limit because you realize that somebody could get hurt and you don't want to hurt anybody, that's post conventional thinking. Okay. So most of us, he said, will say the conventional thinking and will follow the rules just because they're the rules. Okay. Kohlberg believes that some people stay at this stage for moral reasoning for their whole lives, deriving moral principles from social or religious authority, and never think about their own morality. Because I learned this in church, because my parents did this, that these are the reasons that these are the rules I'm going to follow because that's what I've been taught. Okay. And he is not suggesting that you think higher. He is just putting people in levels of where you think, where you process and how you learn your morality. So now the post-conventional level, those two levels, right? The post-conventional is associated with his stages of moral development, social contract orientation, and universal human ethics. At this level, children learn there's a difference between what is wrong and what is right from a moral perspective, right? That I've internalized that's just not the right thing to do. When asked about Hines at this level, children said he shouldn't steal the drug because everyone has a right to live regardless. He should steal it. He shouldn't steal it because the chemist deserves to get paid for his efforts. Uh, Third one, he should steal the drugs because saving life is more important than anything. Or D, he shouldn't steal the drug because others have to pay for the drug. It's only fair that he pay for it as well. So do you see that's consciousness thinking, higher morality thinking? Okay. He said most of us really, really don't get there. We're going to stay at that level. So the examples I'll use most often is we look at like any people from our civil rights movement, Rosa Parks, John Lewis, anyone that broke the laws in the South, the laws that were either not on the books or reinforced or not reinforced for the sake of fairness, for the sake of equality. Rosa Parks, she wasn't the first one to sit in the back of the bus, but definitely she wasn't going to get up and knew there would be consequences for that, right? The people that sat at the sit-ins at the lunch counters, they knew that there would be dogs and hoses turned on, and they were actually prepared to do that because they prepared for that because they knew that would happen. However, the level three people are most often how our laws get changed. Um, Another a recent incident was a few years ago when Obama mandated that all the states follow the gay rights marriage, allow gays to be married. And the woman in Kentucky who said no, that it was against her morality to sign the marriage certificate. She knew that she would lose her job, she knew there'd be consequences, but it didn't matter. Her morality, her views were higher than the law. If we think back at Jack Kevorkian, he was the one that did the euthanasia machine, and he felt people had a right to end their own life if they were had terminal illness, that they had the right. He went to jail for 20 years and he's dead now. But, in many states now, that is the law, right? So, people who do conventional, many times the laws are changed based on that. Sometimes not always. I'll see now more with the mask and the mask mandate. There were several people who their company may have mandated or the state may have mandated wearing masks before or getting the vaccine as well, right? But for their own moral reasons, for their own conscious reasons, for their own reasons, they do not agree, right? And they really will many times lose a job or decide not to take that route of transportation because they believe that their moral beliefs are higher than the law. Okay, so just wrap up of Kohlberg's three states of moral development. So level one, my kids are 6 and under. It's all about me, right? Conventional level, I just don't want to. I want to be like everybody else. Dr. Pam would never do that, right? So we're gonna follow the rules to avoid censor by authority. And then post conventional are people that are looking at their individual rights and also human rights. Okay. If you're taking the NCE exam, I'll go ahead and mention Carol Gilligan. Carol Gilligan was a follower of Kohlberg. And Kohlberg came up with this morality test, right? And women kept failing the morality test. Like, what's wrong with us? Are we not moral? And Carol Gilligan came along. She was his protege. She was working with him, and her theory said that the reason that women don't pass the test is because women develop differently, that we're innately born with some more caregiving skills, that we don't have to struggle through those stages to learn to be moral the same way that men do. So her name is Carol Gilligan, and you might see her on the test. So I hope you find this helpful, guys, and hope you enjoy this short. Watch it over and over and over again. That is the best way to make it stick. With us, we say 3 hours a day, 1 hour, 3 days, well, 3 hours a day, an hour apart, 1 hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, hour at night, same material, right? 6 days a week for 90 days. We have proven that works with our students. We have an excellent passing rate. And stay tuned for more updates, or remember you can check out our website or our Facebook page. It's been a pleasure, guys.